lost when I feel like nothing. Always feel like I'm running. Both feel we're living worlds apart. It's fucked now, we lost in limbo. Remembering what you said though, and I asked you if we'd make it far. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. I trust angels who fly away from you, and you told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to be. Then she said no, 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 no. No, 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 you should. I've earned the cost and now I've paid it. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, please don't go. I know my face a memory erasing. Been a few years since I heard your voice, yeah. Lost a few here, but it's not by choice, no. Girl, I see your face every day when I look through my phone. Can't delete all these memories, won't leave me alone. Hit my blind side, never saw you coming. You were so wild, but no, I was nothing. And I'm nothing now, nothing's changed. You know I'm just the same. Miss you now, but I hope that someday you explain. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. I trust angels who fly away from you, and you told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to be. Then she said,
Hello, people. How's everyone doing? Hope you are well. Hope you slept more than I slept last night, but that's neither here nor there. Thank you all so much for joining me. I do appreciate it. Today we are doing a members only live, and I'm doing that for a reason. This is going to be something that we never knew how deep the Wells, Don, and Candace, deep into the life that and the people that they surrounded themselves with. It's going to be a lot. And I want to have the mods make sure that there is trigger warnings in this. I have my my sensitive topics 18 plus. We're going to learn a lot tonight about Don and Candace from about 2009-ish, which, 2009, it's been a minute, but it hasn't been that long. And ICU will be joining us. I'm going to see if I can get her here on panel. She's having a little technical difficulties with her internet right now. We've got a lot of explaining to do in how the setting of where Don and Candace lived at the time, how they met, and all of that. So, let me see here. I see you.
Yes, I'm here.
I hear you. Oh my God.
Yeah, it worked. Thank God. I'm so sorry we're late, y'all.
Yay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank the
All right.
Lord.
So we have been digging, and where should we start? I see you.
Oh my gosh. Um,
She is fantastic.
okay, so we found these two people that their names have come up recently,
Mhm,
and I started doing some digging,
mhm.
and I kind of wish I hadn't because it's
Uh,
disgusting. It's
it's
so gross.
guys, this is it. Really, it's really bothersome.
Yes. And let's see. It's two sex offenders.
Say
They
SOs,
both, I'm
SOs.
sorry, SOs. Sorry, y'all. Um, they lived in Fayetteville at the same time Don and Candace did.
Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Yes. Okay.
Mhm,
So y'all remember someone said something about a guy that was living on the roof? That's one of them.
mhm. So
And the
let's talk about the setting here.
okay,
So Don and Candace, or sorry, Don and Pam, which is Don's first wife.
correct.
You got
Yeah.
you got
I
your
know.
YouTube
I
open.
know. I'm trying. I'm trying. Okay,
It's
muted.
okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
All right.
So Don and Pam, Don's first wife, lived at this place in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Correct.
Okay. Now, go ahead. There was
Well,
other people living at this property.
right.
Okay.
So we
And
remember. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you go right ahead. I'll follow you.
No. I was just trying to set it up for people who don't may have missed the live. Don't know. We're just going to explain this as thoroughly as possible. So there was other people living at this property that Don, yes, beautiful sunflower. One of them was living on a roof. I kid you not. Kid you not. This is Don, we're talking about here. All right, so go ahead.
Okay, so one of them was living on the roof.
Mhm.
The other one was married to Pam's daughter, Frances.
Don's ex-wife's daughter.
Don's ex-wife's daughter, correct.
Got it. Okay. Just wanted
Hmm.
to make sure we're clear here. Okay. Now, tell us about these people. Well, first of all, they would bring people to their homes
Hmm.
that were homeless, that were, vagabonds. And where have we heard this before? In Tennessee. We know that they would allow just about anyone in their house, right? Well, after you hear this today, they allowed everyone in their house.
Yeah.
Trust me. So they go ahead.
Uh, you go ahead. I don't know where
Well,
to go next.
no, just tell them who they were and yet what they were doing.
Well,
Trigger warning.
yes, one of them in a newspaper article, the one that was married to Pam's daughter, his nickname is Boogeyman
Boogeyman.
because, yes,
His
because when
nickname is
he was
Boogeyman.
when he was doing things to these 3, 4, and 6-year-olds, he wore a mask and scared them on top of everything else.
And guys, this is not what we are saying. We've got like freaking receipts for this, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Okay?
it's in. I mean, yeah, it's
We're
got
going to show
newspaper
you.
articles, court records. I
We're
mean,
going to
it's
show you.
horrible.
Now, I see you. Where have we heard Boogeyman from?
Well, I've heard Don say that they used to have to scare Summer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they would scare the from keeping her. They would do try to scare the crap out of her, is what Don said. Trying to keep her away from the road and stuff like that. Which you want your kids to not be next to the road, obviously. But where also did we hear the Boogeyman the other day? Just the other day. I see you. She might have lost connection. I see you.
Okay, you there?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Where did we hear the Boogeyman the other day? Someone said it. Annabelle
I
said
don't
it.
remember. I don't know where.
Canadian cookie at the hotel. Remember? You remember Don talking to his to his grandson, the Boogeyman.
Oh my God, that's right.
Mm-hmm. And he
Oh my
said,
God.
what did he say? He said, "There's no such." What does he say? There's no such thing as a boogeyman, or something like that.
Yeah.
But
I'm having-
okay, so I want to be very careful in how you say we say these things. I see you. These charges that these people that was around Don and the group. So let's just be mindful of how we say that, if you don't mind. And it's disturbing. It's really disturbing.
It is disturbing. Yeah.
Ugh. So, all right, go for it.
No, you just pull up the papers and you read
Okay,
them, and
which
yeah.
one should we pull up first?
They're both horrible, whichever one you want to.
Did you is it the one in our drive, or should we do the one we emailed?
Well, I say do the email first.
Okay. I mean, we don't
I mean
have
the
to.
drive. The drive. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. So right now, what I have pulled up is Gregory. Is that good? Is that fine?
That's good. Now Gregory is the
Okay.
one that was married to Pam's daughter.
Okay. So this is Gregory. Let me see if we can do it like that. No, let's do it.
Now nothing's redacted on that yet, like the words.
Yeah, the words don't have to be. This is public document. This is
Okay.
yeah. We don't have to redact anything on this. This is the state of Arkansas, and Don and Candace, they have moved from Arkansas, Tennessee, Utah, and we're working on something in another state right now as well that may blow your mind as well. So this is Gregory, And he is the one. Did something beep?
Not here.
Was it my phone?
All I hear is your phone.
Hold on 1 second. Okay. Sorry, guys. So this is Gregory, and he was the one that was married to Dawn's ex-wife's
Daughter.
daughter. They all lived in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this is from December. Okay, I'm going to read this to you. Most of it. Gregory, I'm just going to say Gregory right now. In the state of Arkansas, accused the defendant. Thank you, Mystic. Appreciate it, by the way. Of one count of R felony committed as follows. The defendant on or between December 30th, 2011 and January 1st, 2012 in Washington County, Arkansas, unlawfully and is it feloniously? Is that how you pronounce it?
Felonious. Yeah.
Engaged in S intercourse or deviant SA with another person who is less than 14 years of age in violation of the ACA 5-14-103A3A. The defendant used his finger. I can't even say it. I see you.
I know. You can imagine. She was 4 years. Well, the defendant. Yeah.
I'm just going to let y'all read it because I can't even say it. Like, I can't even say it, to be quite honest with you. At the very bottom. I can well, let me highlight it. No, right here. Used his, to, you know what? I can't really read it. Someone says, okay, well, he used his finger to penetrate something to someone who was less than 14 years of age.
Now, I think if you keep scrolling, it gives their ages.
Okay.
Or maybe it's on a different document.
It is. It's on a different document.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Barb, we are talking about go ahead and say that. Go ahead and tell me what we're talking about so while I pull this up, if you don't mind.
Tell them who we're talking about?
Yeah. Just
okay.
Recap, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Okay. So Gregory McWhirter was married to Pam's daughter. Pam is Don's ex-wife. This is the time where they lived in a house where the tents were in the yard and the guy was living on the roof, and there were some people living in the garage as well. We've all heard that story, right?
Yes. All right. Next one. Don's stepdaughter, correct. Correct. So this is Gregory again. Charges are SA times 4 to a copy of information filed against the defendant and knowledge of the defendant is charged with a felony. And it says the charges there, 5 to 20 years, or 25 years to life, I think it says. And then 25 to 40 or lifetime. And then there's another charge, 5 to 20 years, and a fine of $15,000, and then $50,000 to a trial or jury. Okay. To be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Jury trial or hearing. Defendant, he pled not guilty. Okay. Bear with me, guys. This is a lot because you're going to be shocked. This is the SO registration form.
Okay, good.
Gregory is 240 pounds, 6'2", blue eyes, 126. He was arrested 126 of 2012 in Fayetteville Police of R and SA. This is the street that they were all living at with Don, correct? The is this the Washington one?
Well, it's Washington County.
Okay.
Okay,
we'll talk about
yeah.
Okay. So
there you go. There's the ages at the bottom of that one.
Yes. Badge, you know what, with the finger. 6-year-old girl.
You want me to read it? So we had the finger thing on a 6-year-old girl, and S contact with 2 other, a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, and another 3-year-old. Yeah. So between the ages of 3 and 6, this is Don's ex-wife's son-in-law. How old is Summer? Keep that in mind.
Exactly.
These people are sick, y'all.
So this was a 6-year-old and this was someone's, it says friend on here. A 6-year-old and 2 3-year-olds. Is that correct? I see you.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
Was Don Wells living there? It was their house, wasn't it? I see.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yes. And this guy also comes up as an associate to Don on a background. It always has.
Yeah.
Birds of a feather.
Yeah. All right. Now, who is this? Okay, this is Gregory.
Mm-hmm.
He had 5 counts. He was sentenced to 312 months in prison. His seriousness of a crime, from a seriousness level from a 1 to a 10, his is considered a 9. If that tells you anything. He was sentenced to 480 months. I don't know how long that is, but that's a long ass time.
It's 40 years.
Okay. So we got the maximum. Negotiated plea of guilty. Offender knew victim vulnerable due to extreme youth, advanced age, disability, or ill health. These are the aggravating factors. Offense conduct manifest extreme cruelty during commission of current offense. Thank you, Jesse. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. I can't
Go to
really.
go to the newspaper article now,
Okay. Let me just
if
make
you
sure.
don't mind.
No, it's fine. They got his DNA samples, everything as well. They didn't do the death penalty. Additional victim information. Here we go. I want to show this real quick, though, just so we're clear. A female, age 3, 2 offenses. Another female, age 3, 2 offenses. These are the mother truckers that these people are. Oh, that's the report.
And I do know that
I don't.
Francis,
Where's the article?
it's in an email, not in the drive, it's in an email.
Okay. Okay, I got it.
Y'all, this is so bad.
This one had us literally like shaking. Man sentenced to 120 years for. Is this the one? There's this.
Mm,
Yeah. No, he was sentenced to 120 years.
okay.
He was sentenced to 120 years.
Yeah, he's going to die in prison.
I hope effing rots there. And you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I hope Don. Okay. I'm just gonna
Mm-hmm. Me too, honey. Me too.
All right. This is from Fayetteville, Arkansas. A Fayetteville man sentenced to 120 years in prison for SA abusing children and using a mask to scare them. Gregory, how's his last name? McWhorter?
McWhorter.
was arrested earlier this year on suspicion of R and SA, a 6-year-old and 2 3-year-old girls. On Tuesday, he pled guilty to those charges. The detectives, the case said Gregory used a mask to terrorize the victims, claiming he was the boogeyman. Detectives on the case, okay, sorry, I'm reading the same thing again. Officers said that Gregory told the children the made-up character would come after them if anyone told about the abuse. Quote, there was a mask involved with respect to at least 2 of the 3 children. One of the children referred to him as the boogeyman, and he would wear the mask to scare the kids, Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Brian Lamb said. McWhorter was sentenced to 40 years in prison for R and an additional 80 years for 4 counts of SA. Okay. Where am I? Summer is the reason for coming together and letting us pray that the grand jury is coming for them. Amen. Thank you.
Yes.
Anybody who wants to take up for people like this or associate themselves with anyone like this, whether you associate yourself, they lived together.
Yes. Puts out the cash app, sends the money. I mean, on Don's last cash grab, he took the day off the next day.
This is my thing. You know what? Up until now, it's been bad. But now that we are knowing this, and this isn't it we're going to tell you about, guys. We got more to show you. But now we see that they were living in the same quarters, married into the family.
Mm-hmm.
Don was accused of this by his sisters, and the next day, after Summer Moon Utah Wells went missing, the sisters called because they knew what type of man Don is. They know. And they have been bearing this for years. All right.
And Don did that, now that I think about it. Because didn't they say he was like 16, 17? He was born in what? 64, so 64, 74. Yeah, Don did his sisters this way before this stuff happened.
Oh, way before. Way before.
Mm-hmm.
This was only in 2009, 2010, 11, right? What year was this? 2009 when they were
12.
living together. 2012, okay.
Yeah. It's horrible.
All right. let me.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my water.
Give me a minute, guys. All right. So the next man that we are going to talk about, and I want to be very clear on this. His last name is not in any way related, known, different states, different places, different families, but his last name, hold on, I see you. Is his first name Lawson?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm back. Do what?
Is his first name Lawson or is that his last name?
No, his first name is Lawson. His
Okay.
last name is Johnson.
Okay. Okay. I just want to make it very clear as possible. So this guy's name is Lawson Earl Johnson. You want to talk a little bit about this guy? I see you.
Well, this is the guy that allegedly lived on the roof. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say about this. He lived there at the camp, you know, when Don and Pam had the tents and all that mess going on and letting the homeless people stay there.
Right.
Mm.
They would bring all of these homeless people home, and I'll let you guys think of the rest.
And if I'm not mistaken, this guy is still listed as homeless on on the registry.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. He lived on the roof. He lived on the roof. So Don, there's a lot of people in Arkansas. So does Candace. This says, I, Terry D. Jones, prosecuting attorney within the 4th Judicial District of the state of Arkansas, of which Washington County is a part, in the name and by the authority of the state of Arkansas, on oath, accuse the defendant Lawson Earl Johnson of the crime of count 1, 2, R, committed as follows. The said defendant on or about June 5, 2005 in Washington County, Arkansas, did unlawfully and feloniously, count 1, engage in deviant SA with another person who was less than 14 years of age in violation of ACA S 514103, to wit, I can't say it. It's just so uncomfortable to say.
Had full with the 4-year-old, y'all.
Yeah,
It's worse than the other one, okay?
it's worse than the other one. I mean, a 4-year-old female.
Mm-hmm. Summer just turned 5.
Against the peace and the dignity of the state of Arkansas. Count 2, engaged in deviant SA with another person who was less than the age of 14 years of age in violation of ACA S5 14103 with the peen of a 3-year-old boy. I can't say the rest. I can't even say the rest.
He put the okay. So the 3-year-old little boy.
They're just gonna, just don't even say it. Just they're gonna have to zoom in and say.
Yeah.
Because I can't even say it. Yes, this is the guy that lived on the roof. Misty Dawn, that has been, we've done that. Don't you worry.
Oh, yes, they're watching him.
Yep. All right. Now, this. Oh, I already showed this one, didn't I? No, this is Gregory. This is back to Gregory. Okay, that was the probable cause. All right. I see you want to talk about how they live there or anything like that. Okay. All right. Okay. So hold on. I want to show you this. This is interesting. It's
Your back will make water.
This is Lawson that did this. The Earl.
No. Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
I found it. All right. So this is a letter that Lawson Earl Johnson wrote. This is his handwriting. My blood pressure is so high right now.
I know.
I feel like it's on fire. Dear Judge Story, I am needing all my information on my case from Fayetteville. Can't really read it. Court, because I don't know what that said. It says only went with the info from the mother, aunt of Tammy Gary. They did not get victim statements from the RAPE victims themselves, because if they had Judge Story, I would not be in this mess. They are still on the streets R-ing children in your district, sir. Sorry, my bad. He went into the ARC, National Guard mechanic unit, which is not in Fayetteville, 10 days after the children were removed from their mother on May 10th, 2005, and they're in a foster home. Ever since then, his street name is Charlie Bear. His mother is, who is Cindy? Do you know who Cindy is?
I've heard the name Cindy McWilliams. Yes, I have. didn't get a chance to do anything else with it.
She can be found in Seven Hills. Ask her for her son's legal name because Judge Story, in March 25th, 2005, he rented a sofa from the grandmother of Tammy and Gary just down 2 streets on the left, southwest corner of the street on over from College Avenue and down from College Avenue Baptist Church, sir. Judge Story, this info I've given you is the truth, sir. I did not are any said children or adult in Arkansas, sir. I am innocent of said charges in state of Arkansas. I'm making a formal request for a polygraph by the state employee, ADC Center Office, Pine Bluff. She is the head of the polygraphs of Arkansas Department of Corrections, sir. Miss Clark is also a freelancer as well. It's your choice, Judge Story. Free me or lose your judgeship. Oh.
Okay, who does that sound like?
Yeah, who does that sound like? It's your choice because my lawyer has given me the choice between legal action against Fayetteville PD, Washington County DA, Washington County Public Defender's ass, the court, and Washington County's detention center, the state of Arkansas services as well, sir, that the AG and the state rep senators as well. God, who does that sound like? Oh my. Due to the fact that the state federal laws were broken by Fayetteville, you know, who is Don talking about right now? The people that is literally trying to find his daughter. He's already damning them.
Yep.
The people who are busting their ass every single day to find Summer. These victim statements from said children and or victims of are your lawyer as well, sir. You know what I'm stating, the truth. I'll see you in court in Little Rock, sir. Judge Story, before self-incrimination, I request lawyer polygraph from Fayetteville Lieutenant Green on July 6, 2005 at when we got the Fayetteville PD from college. Violated my rights to have an attorney present during the requesting, sir. So I hear a bullfrog.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, it's fine. I think it sounds calming, actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I had to have a smoke.
Tell you what, I tell you what, a bullfrog is 1,000 times better than these SOBs we're talking about.
I mean it.
Yes, they are, Sylvia. They are notoriously manipulative. 1 second. Go ahead and talk. I see you for a second.
I just thought that it was kind of funny because when he's demanding this stuff from the judge and threatening his job, threatening the police department and all that, we just heard the same things come out of Don's mouth. These people are awful. see. Oh, y'all are so nice. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Yes, it is the pattern, Angel P. I had completely forgotten about Don saying the boogeyman to his grandson. That's frightening.
Sorry, guys. All right. All right. So you want to talk about the location, how we...
Okay, so we matched up addresses,
Yes.
and Candace has had the same address as this Lawson guy, the Lawson Johnson. I'm going to say Johnson to keep everybody from thinking we're talking about the Lawsons in Rogersville.
Right.
So Johnson, the Johnson guy, the roof guy. So him and Candace shared an address, and Dawn and the first guy we told y'all about shared an address.
Correct. All right.
And you know, there was other people living there that saw this that had to have witnessed it, right?
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's other people that live there that how did they meet, Lady May? They met, they would, well, first of all, birds of a feather flock together.
Mm-hmm.
And you heard Don talk about how he was in California and he has seen really bad things happen to underage.
Oh, let me say this too, Justin. I'm sorry.
No,
Both
please.
of these men also have addresses in Ogden, Utah.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And that's what I was talking about earlier. We're working on. They
Mm-hmm.
actually
And you know, I've noticed a pattern of the people they hang out with. They've all lived in Utah and Fayetteville, Arkansas, or in the area. And a few of them, not these two, but a few of them, of the people they've been associated with, has also lived in Hawkins County.
yes, they have.
Oh, thank you, Easy E. Hi.
They sure have. So Don, when you say that they have nothing, think again. Think again.
Yes.
This has been Lorilo. I can't always see it, but it has been. Trust. Trust. We always make sure we do that
Mm-hmm.
beforehand.
And, you know, Washington County is where Don was locked up a lot. A lot of his charges are in Washington County as well.
You know what, Mystic, you're absolutely right. Notice Dawn had told PG a few weeks ago, I believe, she was discussing a plan to put the reward money back. He said to use it for a place in Utah to put up tents around.
Lord help me.
Guess what, Dawn? That's never going to happen again. When these profilers that was on Chris's show, national shows, they read right through him. And this right here proves it. Proves it.
Mm-hmm. In my opinion, Don just has not been caught yet. Or has not been charged. He's been caught. He did these things to his sisters.
Yes. Easy, they have everything.
Oh yeah, I mean these are court records. They do.
Yeah,
They obviously they have everything.
yeah. And so.
Thank you, Lori Lowe.
Thank you, Loria. Appreciate you, my dear. If y'all don't mind hitting the thumbs up button, I would appreciate it. Lady May, yes, we got that taken care of as well. Which is why Dawn hates. Yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. He doesn't like anyone who knows who he is. If you see through his bullshit, he doesn't like you. Now, if you say, oh, I look into their eyes and I can see they're wonderful people. My God. I mean, what is wrong with y'all? He is choosing to, hand over these kids to these wonderful people. You have lost every one. Thank God. And I also have pictures to show you of Summer's room that has never been seen before today. That was taken in August of 2021, 2 months after Summer went missing.
Excuse me.
Now, we saw Summer's room whenever Chris did obviously the interview, but this is with light in it.
Thank you, Birdie, and our bucket list has holes. Thank you so much.
I doubt that the daughter had that lovely childhood we heard. Ken Mons. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate you, Birdie. Our bucket list has holes. Summer's Army. Absolutely. We're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. Even Mittens says, we're not stopping.
Cecilian, sweetie, thank you, first of all. And yes, I bet you're right, because the children were removed from the home and she lost them to CPS as well.
Yes, she did. And thank God.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Annabelle, for the gifted memberships.
Thank God. Mittens is even telling him off. Yes. All right. So this is Lawson Earl, and this. I can't even say it. You guys just have to read it.
Yeah.
It's just too much, to be honest with you.
Thank you so much, Fun Size.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Fun Size. Thank you. It sickens me to death.
No, Mystic Rogue, I don't. Nor will I ever. But thank you.
That's fine. These are real human lives.
And I mean, think about the ages.
That's what
That's what.
I mean. These are babies. Babies. And how many out there? How many out there?
I don't know. In one of the articles, did you show the article that had the guy's picture on it and the title said Boogeyman?
What was it?
Did you show the article that had the guy's picture on it, the Boogeyman?
I don't even know. Where was it at? Is it in?
I thought I sent it to you. Maybe I didn't. But y'all can just Google his name. Yeah, I think it's
Oh no!
McWhirter.
No. Hold on. Where is it? I'll show it. Did you mean the article?
Yes, and I sent you two articles. One of them had his picture on it.
No, it's the same article you sent.
Oh, it is? I don't know. Let me see. If I drop down, I'll come back. Let me see if I can find it.
Give me a minute. Real human. These are. It's not just a name, guys. This is real trauma.
And if you think it, I don't know if many of you listened to it, but Doug played a phone call from Dawn.
Yeah, I'm going to play a small clip of that. I have actually, because I wanted to talk about that ICU. I have Doug's full. If you haven't seen it, I linked it down in the description because I think it's so important that you guys listen to it all.
Okay, I just sent it to your email.
Okay, here we go. Here's the boogeyman, guys. Shit, what'd I do? New charges filed against Boogeyman. 40 of Fayetteville is accused of SA of at least 5 children. Police say he wore disguise and told his young victims he was. This is him. Thanks, Jennifer. This is him. And
At least 5 children.
you know, I see you. This makes me wonder about, like people like Frank Light.
Oh gosh, yes, and we know his deviant age. I don't know how to say that right, but he prefers the same age group.
He wore a mask to scare children. Greg McWhorter, 40, was charged Thursday with 4 new counts of second-degree SA. He could face between 5 and 20 years in prison. The new charges arise from 2 alleged victims, both 3 years old, who claim McWhorter touched them inappropriately. Hold on. Whoever is messaging me needs to stop, please. It's annoying as hell. Earlier this month, McWhorter was arrested for R and SA a child. During the course of the police department's investigation, he was charged with SA of 4 other children. During the investigation, officers learned McWhorter wore a disguise to terrorize his young victims so that they wouldn't report it. It was a routine he had set up to intimidate the children to where they wouldn't say anything to anyone, and so that's why we believe there's a distinct possibility there could be additional victims out there, said Sergeant Craig Stout. Investigators believe there may be more victims. Anyone with information about McWhorter is asked to call Fayetteville Police Department, area code 479-587-3555. Sergeant Stout says McWhorter has also lived in other states and believe there could be victims out of the area. I guarantee it.
Absolutely.
Just because there's a geographical location, it really does. It does. That's exactly what it sounds like. That's exactly what it sounds like. And it does go real deep.
It does. I
And
mean, with all these people living in the same area, it's not a coincidence.
No. These people work in these groups together. And listen, people say, well, why ain't Don charged? Why ain't he charged? Do you see the layers of bull these people? Do you see this? It's, in my opinion, he's technically innocent until proven guilty. But in my opinion, and I'm allowed to have my opinion and you can have yours, agree, disagree, that's fine. But I believe they've had a lot of work to do. They haven't continually made press conferences about if you've seen this, if you've heard this. In my opinion, they're on the track. They know what's what, and they're putting it together. And in my opinion, it's going to happen. The TBI says the investigation is complex. They also say this investigation is outside the norm. But in my opinion, no normal human being, at the very least, would let anyone like this live around them, live inside their home, outside their home, or on their freaking roof.
Yes, and I discussed this with you this morning, Justin. I've tried. We know Dawn and Candace aren't posting her missing flyer around Fayetteville, right? So I thought, well, I'll get online and I'll post it everywhere I can
Yeah.
in Fayetteville. So I put it on the Carnival website or the Facebook page because Candace is a carny, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was blocked.
Yeah.
I posted a missing child flyer and they blocked me.
They did.
So I also posted it on a construction website where they were advertising new homes, and I was blocked from there as well.
Yes. And it makes you wonder why. Why would she be blocked for, these carnies? Weird.
Mm-hmm.
So this, in my opinion, is a house of horrors. And I'm going to show you photos of Summer's bedroom. And this is also, it's these photos have never been seen that at least I'm aware of. You can see better inside. And it's nothing that it is a dungeon, Shannon, and you're gonna see that more than ever now. There you go. I have a smaller version over here so you can see the date, but I enlarged it so y'all could see it. Here is Summers and her, from what I understand, CPS allegedly made them build this bunk bed, if you will. To me, it looks like a cot, not so much a bunk bed. And that's not even a fucking mattress.
No, it looks like a futon mattress.
This is what Can and Don subjected their kids to.
Yes, I wonder if that rabbit on the top bunk was Summers.
I was looking at taking a closer look at like the toys and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
it pisses me off.
I mean, if nothing else, just get a storage tub and throw the kids' toys in.
Absolutely.
I mean, a cardboard box, just pick them up.
You're right, Sylvia. And there's more. I've got more I'm going to show you. But
I saw that, Lady May. I about cried when I saw the My Little Pony.
you see the window?
Okay, is that a window?
It looks like a window. That's got like the tape. It is a window. It's got like the tape covered. It's got that metal tape covered.
Okay.
And like, I don't know what that is, that line right there, but
I don't know.
these are futon mattresses. They're not comfortable. And, there's like dirty rags here, or you can just see just like where it's been wet with footprints, VCRs and everything. I mean, you know what? When the TBI and Hawkins County went in there, God bless them. Don, you should be ashamed of yourself for talking bad about them. I mean, look what these kids were subjected to. Look what they were subjected to. Pepsi bottles, cups.
Oh, look at the doll.
Yeah, the dog.
Aww.
See this little pony?
Uh-huh. Her little zebra. Oh, look at a purse. She has a purse right there.
And just look at the blanket that they just covered themselves up, slept whenever, I guess. You know what I mean? Just the poor kids. God, I mean, this is so unhealthy to live in this.
And yes, ma'am, Angel P. The FBI has been involved, and if you'll on the TBI website, it they started searching, and they're still involved.
This is when they started cleaning it up, I guess, for the. But look at this. This dungeon, basement, if you will, was originally a cellar. Now, what is the definition of a dungeon? And it is a dark, damp place. And that's exactly what this is. That's exactly what this is. And look at like the plumbing or the wire coming out of the wall.
I mean, look at where it looks like something is just dripped down the wall. And
Oh,
I'm sure the kids, kids are messy, but my God, clean it
it
up.
absolutely has. This is a trap house that had kids in it. Sensory deprivation, filth. Exactly, Rach. Looks like a dungeon, torture chamber, sensory deprivation, and filth. Bed bugs, lice, roaches. They're beyond nasty. So I don't want to, listen, I was raised poor. I'm not ashamed that I was raised poor. But we were clean. We didn't have a lot. We were clean.
Yes.
And we had a little pride. We didn't have much,
Yes.
but we had a little pride.
I mean, all I had to do was promise my mom that I would clean house if she'd let me stay home from school, and well, she did it every now and then. It worked. I mean, yeah.
Poor doesn't.
We were clean.
That's exactly right. But a lot of people said, well, they were poor. And listen, Don and Candace wasn't poor. Don and Candace just had habits. That's what they had. They had habits. And guess what? Don, right after he got, I believe, out of jail, I'll have to look at the text messages. They had got some money, and he took all the money, didn't give Candace any. And Don, maybe it was before. I don't want to tell you either way. I don't know if it was before jail or after jail. He had a blow and go. Does he still have a blow and go? I'm sure he still has a blow and go.
I'm sure, and it was a lot of money.
Yes, this is after he got out of jail. I know this. This was after he got out of jail. He had a blow and go. He got some money, so a few $1,000s. He took Candace's car because it didn't have a blow and go, and he went off and burned it up. Bingo, Lady May. Yeah, he didn't want to use that blow and go. Why? Because he wanted to party like a rock star. While his kids, one child is missing, and 3 of them are thankfully in a loving home. But they can't afford 33 cents a day. Can't afford it. Can't afford 33 cents a day.
I mean, he could have paid his child support up when he got out of jail and he got the checks. But no, we're going to spend it on drugs, and then we're going to ask people on YouTube to pay for our child support. So I want y'all to keep sending these nasty people money. He had money to pay his child support coming out of jail.
Sure did.
He had money for an attorney coming out of jail. He had more than a few thousand, like probably could triple that. And he had the money, but he blew it on drugs and whatever else.
Here's little Summer. All the trash and shit around her. And I want you to look up in over here with all the plumbing and the electrical wires. I mean, you know, pick something and anything could have happened to Summer. Because this literally is a trap house, in my opinion. And it's unsafe as hell, inside and out. And then you've got the history of Dawn and who they hang themselves around that are literally child R's. It could be anything. Dawn.
Yes, that's a lizard.
I mean, everybody, there's so many people been thrown under the bus, you know, of who could have done this to Summer. But let me tell you something. There's a reason they haven't cleared the parents in 2 years, in my opinion. A fire trap house. Yeah, it's a fire trap, exactly. But you couldn't pay 33 cents a day, Dawn. And I want to give credit to actually Prayer Garden for this picture. Because a lot of us kind of thought that, you know, the boys had their haircuts really short too, you know, when Summer went missing. Well, here is Summer's hair, and I zoomed it in because some people said, oh, it's pulled back. Well, A, Summer didn't even have that long of hair to begin with. And B, it's not pulled back. And the boys have hair. Why? A little 5-year-old girl who's getting ready to start kindergarten, who's going to meet other little girls. They're going to be princesses and all of that. And poor Summer didn't have any hair. And it wasn't a buzz cut, not even a buzz cut. It was down to the scalp.
Yes.
I mean, literally. She looked like she was ill. It was shaved to the scalp. That, in my opinion, is abuse right there.
You know, if they sold her in her little mind, she's getting ready for kindergarten, thinking, I don't know what, but her parents' mind, they're getting her prepped for something else.
Right.
That's sad. That's just sad.
Yep. Certainly is. Certainly is. Oh. They're, in my opinion, they're this is them talking about the refund. The refund. And this person says, oh my God, did he, meaning Don, at least give you half when y'all first got it, or any? Meaning, did Don give Candace any? And Candace replies, no. Candace says, he's going to blow it all. And this person put yes. Complete bullshit is what Candace said. Yes, very much. He make it home. This is Sunday, March 12th, by the way. No, he didn't. Geez, did he, meaning Don, take the whole amount of y'all's refund with him? Yes, Candace says. And that's when she says, oh my God, I got this not in order. It's supposed to be this one and then this one. What? Why? Just so you wouldn't have a way? So anyway, this is, oh, okay. She said, I don't have the car, Candace says. What? Why? Just so you wouldn't have a way? And Candace says, yeah, no wheels. Does he have that breath thing on the truck? And he avoided that by taking the car, didn't he? And she put, yes. So he is willingly saying, I'm not taking the blow and go tonight. I'm taking Candace's. That way they can't track me. Right, Don? I'm going to take all
And so he could just go party, yeah.
and I'm going to go party. And it doesn't matter if Candace is home by herself. And it doesn't matter that I'm not paying my child support, that I have a daughter missing. Dawn wants to party. And when Dawn wants to party, Dawn wants to party. Hair follicles goes back like a month, I think. You think it'll come back clean? What about Dawn? He got to do one too? We both do. Mine will, Candace says. And I'll be honest with you. Is Candace a good person, in my opinion? No, she's not. But Candace can change based upon who she's influenced by, in my opinion.
Yes.
When she was with Kathy and her other friend, she was doing a lot better. Candace doesn't have as much capacity, respectfully. Yeah, that's why they dyed their hair. But you know what? There's more than your hair on your body. There's hair on your body, right?
Right.
So, Donnie Don.
And they're not fooling anyone.
No.
Those caseworkers know exactly what they're
This
doing.
isn't their first rodeo. This isn't their first rodeo. I want to give credit to Doug because he did a great interview with Don. He got Don while he was drunk, and that was a great time to talk to him. He talked more. I'm going to. It's a much longer interview, but there was just 2 little clips that I wanted to you guys to listen to, and hope y'all can hear it. And I want y'all to think back to Arkansas.
Right. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you, Doug. I'm gonna be straight up with you. Cocaine's been a major problem in my life.
Can y'all hear that? I see you. Can you hear that?
I can.
Okay. Just making sure y'all can hear that. Okay.
Right. I know.
It has. It really has. I'm not gonna lie to you because you know what? Because I want to be realistic with you, and I want to be fair with you, and I want to be, a brother to you.
I appreciate that, and I want to do the same to you, Don.
And I didn't put it together, but when I thought about it more and more, there's no way that them kids belong to that black woman.
Okay. So I want to stop it right there. The link is in the description for y'all got. If you have not seen Doug's interview with this, go watch it after you're done here. Link is in the description, or you can go to No Thanks, either or, and it's under the video section. Why is Don saying the kids don't belong to this woman? He's talking about drugs. He's talking about a minor that doesn't belong to, that are addicted and doesn't belong to this woman. That's called trafficking. That's called human trafficking. We've heard Don say, I've been in California and seen things happen to children that is unspeakable, right? To a normal human.
Yes.
We've heard Don's sisters shout it from the rooftops. So we got California, we've got Utah, we've got Tennessee, and we've got Arkansas. How many does it take? How many does it take for some people to open their freaking eyes? Now listen to what, thank you, Mods. Listen to what Don says in this little clip, that woman, wasn't related.
And they were addicted to cocaine.
Right.
And these kids was addicted to, you know what? Now, there has been alleged that Don gave one of the children of his substances, even at work. We know that Candace has given illegal substances to minors. We know this.
Yes.
So they were like, what was your...
Them kids could have been kidnapped from anywhere in the United States,
Right.
and addicted to cocaine and controlled by cocaine.
Addicted to coke, controlled by coke. Now, these people in, some of these people rather, in Arkansas have addresses linked to Tennessee. They have addresses linked to Utah under Don's affiliations. It's got these people that we showed you before that did these unspeakable things to literally multiple 3 and 4 and 6-year-olds. Now, I'm sorry.
Summer was 5.
Summer was 5.
5 years old.
Cocaine's that beast, huh?
Doug, brilliant. Make sure y'all subscribe. If you're not subscribed to Doug, go subscribe, please.
Sir?
Cocaine.
Go subscribe to Josh, of course, from the lab. Chris McDonough from the interview. Subscribe to the people that are calling Don and Candace out.
Cocaine is that kind of beast, huh?
Cocaine is what?
Is that beast? It'll bring out the beast.
Chris
in people.
from the interview room.
Well, I mean,
Prayer garden. Smiling.
Anybody, you know how it is. Well, maybe you.
Hold on.
Bring out the beast in people.
Well,
Right?
I mean, you get.
Doug says the coke will bring out the beast in people, right?
You can get anybody. You know how it is. Well, maybe you don't, but I'll tell you. I will tell you, Tom. You know, okay. I will educate you then.
Don says he's going to educate Doug.
When you get addicted to drugs, you will sell your own soul to stay high.
He says when you get addicted to it, you'll sell your whole soul to stay high. Guys, hit that like, please. Now, what? Out of all the things Don has been accused of, subscribe to Lip Lock. subscribe to Angels Talks too fast.
And Killer Looks, he's doing awesome work with maps.
Yeah, with maps, yeah. Whenever he said, you'll sell your own soul, Don is talking about minors here, kids that don't belong to the people that they're staying with, that they are addicted, and that they'll sell their soul. What else will they sell? I can't answer that. If you'll sell your soul, you'll sell anything, in my opinion.
Well, so Don says he loves Summer with all his heart and soul, right?
Yep. Well, if he sold his soul,
Bingo.
so I want to know, these Christian people who was saying, oh, Donnie, oh, Candy, can. I looked into their eyes. You know what? Satan can appear as a beautiful angel.
The most beautiful angel.
Yes, the most beautiful angel, yes. And you are deceived, in my opinion. And I cannot and will not ever support a creator, a human being, or anything that allows this, the things. These people, in my opinion, are animals. You don't hurt children. You don't hurt handicapped people. You don't hurt animals. You don't hurt indefensible. And in my opinion, Don is the worst. Just some of the worst. And Candace is right by his side. They both have no empathy. That's exactly right. The lowest of the low. And I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. This little girl, in my opinion, I'm not law enforcement. I'm nobody. I'm nobody when it comes to law enforcement or anything. But even I can see this. You want to say anything, ICU, about those people that we talked about today?
I can't think of anything more than what I've already said. They're just disgusting people. They hurt children.
Mhm.
These are Don's relatives. I mean, his ex-wife's son-in-law.
Mhm.
And, they've all lived in the same places. None of this is a coincidence, y'all. None of it is.
No,
So,
none of it's a
oh,
coincidence. And then you've got people who are, state after state, person after person coming out and, screaming from the rooftops about who Don is, who Candace is.
I mean, how much more do we have to show them?
Well, I'm going to show something. And I want to give. Did I play all of that? I don't know if I played all of that. I just get so. I didn't even play all that. Hold on. Let me go back.
A lot of people, man, cocaine. I mean, Stockton, California is
Okay.
a major drug hub.
Right.
We have to look at this stuff. I mean,
I know what you're talking about for sure. I definitely know it's definitely.
Summer could be in a situation like this.
Yeah, she could definitely be in a situation like that. Hell yes, after knowing all this stuff that we have showed anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because in my opinion, the parents, nobody goes on Ben Hill Road unless you live there or you have a reason to be there, and nobody goes up on a country road off of no road, which is Ben Hill Road, and up a driveway up a hill, or running up a hill and running down a hill and with a child and that amount of time. It does not happen. Where the hell is that? Okay, here it is. Credit goes to Prayer Garden for this. She made it. She gave it to me. Mary stated that Don tried to. Was it Mary that tried to sell it? It said Don tried to sell his children in Utah. And I'm going to tell you something.
Yes.
And Pam came out a while back and said that Don was this kumbaya, lovey-dovey, made him look in a good light, right? You remember that?
Yeah, well, she tried.
Yeah, she tried. But now, in my opinion, we know why Pam did that, don't we?
Oh,
She
sure.
didn't want to
Yeah.
see what was going on in Arkansas. She didn't want to see what was going on in Arkansas.
Right. In her own home.
In her own home with her family.
Yep.
So we've got Utah. Don and Pam's oldest daughter was seeking other substance abuse users, young children, so they could, and allow others to exploit and essay the children. We just showed you that. living at the same address, the same time, in jail. One is in jail for 120 years. Now, we don't know this, but Jody Sue, she did state that Candace and Don could have allegedly been sedating the children. Don's talking about drugs and kids and not being, them not being the parents. And we also know that some of the people in Arkansas that we showed you, they have links and have lived from Arkansas to Tennessee, the same place Don and Candace have lived, and they have links to Utah, the same places Don and Candace have lived.
Yes.
There you have it. It's 11:37 p.m. on the East Coast. I want to thank you all for being here. I did this as a members only live because it is a lot. A lot. These are I know we get caught up in the things Don and Candace have done or allegedly done, and the other things. But at the end of the day, I want you to understand that these 3-year-olds, these 4-year-olds, these 5-year-olds, these 6-year-olds that we talked about, and the many other victims that we have no idea about that are suffering, maybe that they've never told anybody from these people. They are real human beings. They have real trauma. They have real pain. And they are real. They're not a number. They're not a name. They're not an age. They are a human being. And if you have never had to suffer, thank God, what these 3 and 4 and 5-year-olds have had to suffer, 6-year-olds, we're very fortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Very fortunate.
Yes. And listen, I mean, I know for me, I can't go to bed with this on my mind. I have to go watch something else or do something else to kind of redirect my thoughts before I lay down. Y'all do the same thing. Don't go to bed with this on your mind.
Yeah.
It's not good for your mental health. It's not good for anything.
No. And if you pray for them, and for justice for Summer as well. As creators, we talk about each other. A lot of times we get mixed in the mud and the muck of YouTube. But in my opinion, without question, this should be something no human being should support. No decent or even halfway decent human being should support. People that surround themselves with these type of people. Stop, think about it, take inventory, and then, do whatever you're going to do. But I do believe wholeheartedly in the TBI and Hawkins County that they know a hell of a lot more than any YouTuber knows, any of us know. And the emotional roller coaster that this case has opened, this case is outside the norm, TBI said almost immediately. They're right. In my opinion, Summer saved her brothers. I pray to God that she is still out there okay. We don't know, but I do know that justice is coming regardless. There is too many, thousands and thousands and thousands of people that will not stop. Because guess what? Summer didn't have anybody. She had no one. She didn't have parents, really, in my opinion. She had, you know, adults that at the house that, kind of threw some food at her and, you know, carried her around a little bit, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And regardless of whether, I know there's some politics with what's happening in Hawkins County right now. And I get that. But we have to be there supporting the TBI and the local police. There's a reason Don there's a reason Ronnie has said that they're not cooperating with the investigation. There's a reason Don is cussing judges, that he's cussing everybody that knows what he's about. He's preemptively setting it up, in my opinion.
Yes. And y'all remember, circumstantial evidence is evidence.
It is evidence. It absolutely is evidence. Now, I'm not a court. I'm not a judge. I'm not a jury. I am just an ICU. We are just simple human beings who has opinions. And we find what we find, factual, at the best of our ability, and we put it out there. But the love that we have all as a community for Summer should be what it's about.
Absolutely.
Should be what it's about. So ICU is a rock star. She's a dear friend of mine, and I'll cry. But I appreciate her.
Stop! I'm gonna cry.
I appreciate her immensely of the love that she has for Summer, and we've got a few on our team that just the talks that we have. We all work. We all work so good together,
Mm-hmm.
and we all have our strengths and our weaknesses, and it works. So thank you, ICU, and to our other teammate too.
Well, thank you, Justin, and thank you to our teammate. And I think we make a mighty fine team.
That's right. We do. We do. Justice for Summer Moon Utah Wells. Justice for all of the victims. And thank God these monsters that we have talked about today, they're sitting in a pen right now. That's where they'll be for the rest of their lives, most of them, right?
Right.
But this isn't the end of the story. There's more. And we'll continue putting it out there. Please subscribe to those channels. And I probably missed some, of course. But subscribe to the channels who I mentioned earlier, if you don't mind. They want us fine. I may have had differences with them in the past or whatever, but I know that they want justice for Summer. And they're all great people at the end of the day.
Yes.
Thank you, ICU. God bless each and every single one of you. Thank you for being here for the last 2 hours, 1 minute with us. We appreciate it. God bless.
Well, thank you, Justin.
Thank you, ICU. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be here, Lord willing.